Hey everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. The top story in this week's newspaper, not guilty. That was the verdict of a Monroe County jury on Friday on 10 of 11 counts against a High Falls man who had been accused of molesting 2 of his 5 children. C.J. Dolly stood trial before a jury of his peers and was found not guilty on 10 of those 11 counts. The one count which he was found guilty was cruelty to children for pushing his child into a wall. For that, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. One juror spoke to the reporter on the condition of anonymity, said he was outraged, thought that the sentence was way overboard, wondered if the judge was trying to make up for their verdicts of not guilty. Find out more and how the case unfolded. Testimony from several witnesses, including the defendant who testified in his own defense.
Refreshment book about Yahweh. It was just God. I read Jesus Didn't Come Save Sinners, Came Save Sinners. I read real slow. I read the Bible a lot. I don't sit and sell and dwell on this. That's what they want us to do.
Okay.
I'm not, that's not
all right. So Nick, you said you raised Nick. Nick has lived with you since he was how old?
Nick couldn't talk when I got custody of him. Me and Nick sat around and I said, Nick, and what I can say is people know this. I said, what do you want to do this weekend? He said, if you silence, and I guess you're not going to pay attention, with my hand, I'm trying to show you that he wanted to talk. So me and him sat for hours and he learned how to talk. Within 6 months him living with me, he could talk. But nobody wanted him to talk before that.
Okay.
See more in this week's Reporter.
Hey Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Macon Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.
A waste company is asking Monroe County for permission to put a $150 million waste treatment facility on English Road in Forsyth. The company is called Trilogy, and they have asked Monroe County to approve a rezoning and a special use variance in order for them to operate the facility and build it on 274 acres on English Road. The applicant telling the reporter that it's going to be a new and novel and green facility that will include solar power that will power the facility, and it will convert municipal waste into something usable and into energy. The rezoning will go before the zoning board later this month, the last Monday in July, and it'll go before the county commissioners the first Tuesday in August. Sure to be controversial among neighbors, but also potentially creating 50 to 100 jobs in Monroe County. Find out all the details, good and bad, in this week's Reporter.
Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Rivoli Road in Bolingbrook, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with this week's Monroe County Reporter Incident of the Week. An underdressed, distraught woman was standing on the sidewalk outside a home on Jones Street when Corporal Jaleel Brown responded to a call regarding a possible battery case on June the 20th. The woman, who was barefoot and without undergarments, was foaming heavily at the mouth as she told Brown with slurred speech that a man inside the home had shot her with a BB gun 12 times in the thigh and chest. She was very upset and seemed to be under the influence of some substance. Brown spoke with 3 men at the home, and one told him the woman came walking down Jones Street and seemed distraught. He said there was no BB gun in the home in his possession. Brown took photos of her leg where it was swelling from possible BB shots, which were submitted with the report. See more on page 5B.
Hey, this is Diane Gleibel with Monroe County Reporter, and this past week was 4th of July, and Monroe County celebrated with some great fireworks on Saturday night, but we had some other celebrations here too, and one traditional one was the boat parade at High Falls Lake, and it was back in almost full force after being a little bit smaller the last couple of years. We had at least 25 boats decorated with the red, white, and blue, and a couple of Uncle Sam's and a patriotic chicken, and lots of smiling and waving people. And what's more American than being on the lake on the 4th of July? And that's part of Monroe County.
Forsyth police have confiscated 2 guns from a Betsy Lynn subdivision home after the homeowner accidentally shot himself in the foot last week. Tony Ingram apparently had the gun in his pocket. He told Forsyth police that he accidentally discharged it, and when police got there, he was holding napkins on his bloody foot. He was taken to Monroe County Hospital but refused treatment and was allowed to go home. Police confiscated 2 guns they found in the home and took the ammunition out of them. Mr. Ingram saying that he did have a home video that would have captured the incident. Forsyth police did notice there was alcohol present at the scene. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Hey, Monroe County, whether you need garage floors, basements, pool decks, or driveway patios, Concrete Coatings are the ones to call. Commercial or residential, they offer a 5-year warranty. Free estimates, call today. Concrete Coatings, serving all of Middle Georgia.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy Rafferzita with the Monroe County Reporter in this week's Everyday Hero. When you construct a new home, you get the satisfaction of knowing that you have contributed greatly to the lives of the families who will be living among the walls. Landry Hunter, project manager for the Brokery Builders, goes home every day having that satisfaction. Landry started working for the Brokery during the first week of January after working at Lowe's and Home Depot in retail sales. Right after graduating from Mary Persons, Landry worked with his uncle part-time doing remodeling and home repair while studying engineering technology for 2 years at Macon State University and mechanical engineering at Mercer University. He said he's always had an interest in construction, and knowing what he knows now, isn't sure that he would have gone to college at all. He met his wife, Celine, on a blind date and says it was love at first sight. They are adopting a child and anticipate that by Christmas they will have a new baby in their home. Landry would like to tell young people, during my generation, so much emphasis was placed on college, and while there are things I learned at college I use every day, I wish I had attended a technical school. There are huge shortages of blue-collar workers and tradespeople, and many of those positions pay well, and they don't require the amount of time as a degree or a student loan. I would say look at the trades. There are a lot of people retiring, and there's a shortage of workers. There are many secure jobs, and they are high-paying jobs. Wise words from this week's Everyday Hero.
The Supreme Court gave a big victory to coal plants in last week's session, but that may not save plant sharer, Monroe County's biggest taxpayer, at least according to a UGA professor, David Gaddy, telling the Reporter that the Supreme Court decision means the EPA can't make up its own rules for coal plants like plant share, but he adds that plant share has a very minuscule contribution to greenhouse gases with carbon emissions. Less than 1% of all carbon emissions nationwide from power plants comes from plant share, according to Gaddy. Monroe County, of course, is waiting to see whether plant share continues in its current form. It is only using 2 of its 4 units now, but Georgia Power has noted that natural gas prices have been going up, which is the big thing that had hurt coal plants. The lowering price of natural gas made it cheaper to produce. Now that those prices are going up, coal is becoming more useful, and many countries are scrambling to reopen closed coal plants. Find out what Gaddy had to say about all this and the future of Monroe County's #1 taxpayer in this week's Reporter. Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
Hello, my name is Terry Johnson. I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. Recently, I participated in the Piedmont National Wildlife Refuge Rum Creek Wildlife Management Area butterfly count. It was one of more than 400 such counts held across the country this year. The count was held on a day that was extremely trying for everybody involved. We found that temperatures were high, there was high humidity, and ticks and mosquitoes plagued us throughout the day. With that in mind, you're probably wondering why 13 adults were willing to go outside and face those kinds of conditions to count, of all things, butterflies. However, in this week's Reporter, I'm going to tell you why this was so important and what we found. Read all about it in this week's Reporter.
Hey Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Making Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.
In this week's Reporter, don't miss our big tribute to those Monroe County U12 All-Star boys headed to New Orleans on Monday for the World Series. We have baseball cards featuring all 12 players on the team as they get ready to head down south. They will be featured on Saturday in a parade at 4 o'clock. They'll go from Ingalls around the courthouse square to the Mary Persons baseball field where they'll unveil their new uniforms for the big tournament. Find out more about the team, about their plans and chances of winning in this week's Reporter. Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Rivoli Road in Bolingbroke, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
Hey Scott, have you heard about the cutest pet in Monroe County contest?
Yes. I wanna win.
Well, Scout, there's only one problem.
What's that? What's the problem?
You're owned by a member of the newspaper staff. That means you're ineligible.
What? But why? That's not fair. What does this mean? I can't either.
Sorry, muchacho. You are also owned by the reporter staff. You are ineligible.
Can I get a new owner? Please. Me too, por favor.
Scout and Muchacho can enter the contest, but your pet can. Go to myemcr.net and click on the photo contest. Help support the Reporter, dedicating space to save a pet.